We're up and running, yes again. All right, let's switch back to the Finder because that's what we're talking about today. Oh boy. Anytime you can figure out what app you're in, let's just look next to the Apple menu, the little apple at the top left. This says Finder. If I click on my QuickTime, it will switch to QuickTime. But if I want to go back to the Finder without just clicking somewhere on the desktop, I can actually click on the Finder and it will open up a new window. And it'll go back to, yes, the Finder. The Finder is what you see on your computer. It's Apple's magic stuff. You can find almost nothing out about the Finder by checking About Finder. Been around since the beginning. It's very handy. It's what makes it look nice and easy to use. We've already gone over all the stuff in the Apple menu, all our little items, and we'll just go down this list too. Some of these are self-explanatory. Preferences though, and you click on the general, and this shows you what you're going to see on your desktop, on in your Finder. You can open folders, new tabs instead of new windows, whatever you want. You can change whenever you open your initial window, whatever, when you say new Finder window, this is where it's going to go to. I've just got mine set to the desktop right now because it's quick for me to get to it. Tags, I use them sometimes to give different colors to different folders. For hierarchy, one's higher than another. Pick your color, or create your own by hitting the little plus button and naming them. The sidebar is that little sidebar when you open up the new Finder window. This is the sidebar right there. So this is, anyway, sidebar. You can check and uncheck these things, and like you can see, I don't have tags even showing up in my sidebar. I don't know. I just have never found the need. Under Advanced, show file names, it just makes a mess. I mean, if you're trying to figure out what something is, you can always just open up a Finder window and sort by kind. I'll show that next. And you can have different search criteria. Current folder, your whole Mac. And that's pretty much it in Finder preferences. Also, before show warning before emptying trash. Sometimes that it's just a time saver. You can automatically remove stuff from the trash in 30 days if you don't feel like emptying the trash. How lazy, how uneventful can you be? And that was Finder preferences. Empty trash, self-explanatory. That's the stuff in your trash can. You can always find out what's in there by, going down to trash. You can't see it on the screen, but it's at the bottom of my screen. Trust me, it's there. And it'll be at the bottom of your dock. And your dock may not look exactly like mine because you'll have different apps in your dock. Okay, moving on down the list. Next is File, new Finder window. Just puts a new Finder window out. Want a new folder? There's a new folder. Start typing. You don't have to click on it. You can type it 1, 2, 3, and there's your new folder. If you hit the Enter key, there's your new 1, 2, 3 folder. If you're sick of looking at it, use the Apple Delete, not D, but Apple Delete, and that throws it into the trash. And the Apple is the one next to the space bar. It says Command on it. It's known as the Apple key or the Command key. The Command key, the Option key, and the Control key used to be called function keys. They're all pretty handy. It's where all these key shortcuts come from, like preferences in any app, no matter whether it's the Finder, Photos, whatever. If you are in, like right now, we're in the Finder. If I hit, and you'll see over here it says Preferences, Command, comma. Preferences is pretty much Command, comma in every app. So if you want to know something about an app, you hit Command, comma, and you get, there's Preferences. And you can go right back to wherever you want to go inside of there. Key commands can be quite handy, and they're all listed right here. New tab, Command T, open, Command O. Close window, Command W. It's just, get info, one of my favorites, Command I. Let's see. I've never used Burn Desktop. That's for making CDs. You can burn all the information on your desktop to a CD. Oh boy. I'm not quite sure why you would do that, but. And here's where you can undo, which is Command Z. Thank God for Command Z. One of my favorite commands. Because it will undo. All right, I'll show you. We sent that 1, 2, 3 to the trash. Boom, I just brought it back by hitting undo, Command Z. And you can also go up there and say, here, I'll show you. You can say redo. Redo. So it'll just throw it away again. You can play with that all day. But again, you learn the key commands. They're all right here on the right side. Select all, Command A. Oh boy. I have dictation turned on, and I use Command to turn it on. View. I usually, unless I'm looking for a specific photograph in a folder full of photographs, I usually use lists just because it's faster. And you can arrange by whatever you have chosen. These are all like Shift Command 1 or name, kind, application. And as you can see, I have mine arranged by none. It just depends on what you're looking for and how you want to search for it. You can show the tab bar. I just don't use tabs. I usually just use new windows. I like having the path bar. Let me see if I can shrink this window down so you can see it, what I'm talking about here. Let me make this big window smaller. Here we go. And I don't know how much the width of this will pick up. And I know you don't have these icons at the top, and I'll show you how to make those in a minute. This shows you the path of where this file, if I click on this file, that file is in my hard drive, in my users, JR, desktop, and there it is. It's the path to the file. That's all there is to that, but it can be handy. This shows how much space I have, how many items are in this folder, and how much space I have left on this hard drive. Got about half my hard drive left, looks like. Okay. Show clipboard. Not much to it. It's not real. You can't select anything. It's just whatever was in the clipboard last. There's your emojis and symbols if you want to play with those. You can view, here's again, view as icons. You can view as icons, view as a list, columns, cover flow, yeah, right. Not real big on cover flow either. You just have to play with these things. And now I'm going to tell you where I put those icons like delete, and get info, and eject. Customize toolbar. In a lot of apps, under view, you'll see customize toolbar. Can be quite handy. Here's eject, burn, all sorts of little odds and ends. And you can also move an app straight to it, like I did with this app cleaner, by going into applications, holding the command button down and dragging it, and you'll see it added right to the top. You can add spaces and all right, let's see if we've got anything else in here. Show view options. This is just showing you what you're in the desktop, what I have selected. Small icons, no arrangement, and what I show in my columns. Sometimes you may want date created, or it depends on what you're looking for and how you're trying to search. If you enter full screen, then you got to get out of full screen. You do that. Here, I'll show you. If you go into full screen, let's see if it'll do anything different. I don't think it changes. Well, yeah, it does. You lose all the menu bar, so you have to round back up in here and hit the little green dot, and it'll bring everything back to where it's supposed to be, or the escape key, and that can be handy. Go is exactly that, a very powerful, it's where you want to go to next. You can go to anything, pretty much. Recent folders. You can go to a folder you can't see if you know its path. Remember, we talked about that. Connect to a server. You can connect to another Mac or another computer. It's pretty much built on Apple File Protocol. I'm not, pretty sure about that. You can minimize, which just tucks things into the dock. You can play with all of these. I was going to write a whole big long thing on this, but let me tell you something. It's really good in here. If you just go to Help and choose Mac Help, it is amazing what is in here. And what I did was I went down here and I said, Show Topics. And by jingo, there you can find out Apple's done a really good job of putting all these things right at your fingertips. And you just click on stuff and it will tell you all about it. If there's anything specific you're confused on, drop me a note and I'll try to answer you. And I believe that's all I'm going to do for today. Oh boy, that was fun. All right, and that's all for now.